fantastic opportunities to use new technologies to secure the American people and at the same time be better stewards of the environment.
You have questions, we have answers.
Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
And a very, very good Thursday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Shawn Wilson here with the Exploring Energy Radio Show. Thank you so much for making me a part of your day. And here we go. Here's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. On this Thursday, December the 4th, taco soup, tortilla chips, salsa, cheese cubes, and apricots. Plus, it's Bingo Thursday. If you'd like to play some bingo, it's Bingo Thursday at Elk City Meals on Wheels, 1510 West 9th Street. Call in your order 225-5821. Dining room hours open from 11 to 1, Monday through Friday. Senior citizens meals just $7. Regular meals just $8. That includes your tax, your dessert, your drink, the whole deal. So today, taco soup, tortilla chips, salsa, cheese cubes, apricots, and it's Bingo Thursday. Now, that benefit garage sale 2.0 for Diamond Hernandez is happening this Friday and Saturday. You're going to start at 8 a.m. both mornings and go to whenever. 100% of the proceeds go to Diamond. 909 South Main Street, right next door to DJ's Rentals here in Elk City. So if you're looking for a good big garage sale, you can go to this deal, and you can do, well, your money goes to a great cause. Diamond's undergoing treatment for a rare aggressive cancer at MD Anderson in Houston. All the proceeds go to Diamond. That's this Friday and Saturday, December 5th and 6th, 8 a.m. to whenever. Nominate a hero. This Christmas, help us spotlight Western Oklahoma's quiet do-gooders. Nominate a Santa's Christmas hero. Go to KECOFM.com. Takes just a few minutes to fill out a form. Tell us their story. Tell us their story. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select as many of those people that get nominated that we have sponsors, and they're going to get a $250 prize from that sponsor. We'll post the photos on Facebook. It's quick entry. Deadline December 23rd, 11:59 p.m. Go to KECOFM.com. Nominate a hero. Tell us their story, and let us recognize them as they duly deserve. Free books delivered right to you by the friends of the Carnegie Library and the Carnegie Caravan. Call this number, 225-0136. And if you're having trouble reading regular print, you can ask them about their free program that can help. 225-0136, friends of the Carnegie Library. Okay, right at it this morning with some commodity prices. And they're still kind of up and down a little bit, but hovering a little higher than it has been the last couple of weeks. West Texas Intermediate up 47 cents on a January contract out of New York City, trading at $59.42 a barrel. Brent crude oil up 42 cents out of the ICE Futures Exchange in London, February contract, trading at $63.09. Telcom crude oil in Japan is up 170 yen per kiloliter. And that is the December contract out of Tokyo. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down 2 cents, but trading at $4.98 per million BTU. So if it's down 2 cents, that means it was up to $5. But still trading at $4.98 per million BTU on a January contract out of New York City. RBOB gasoline up 85 cents to $183.57. Heating oil down 49 cents to $229.59. Gas oil up 50 cents to $665 even per metric ton. There's some commodity prices. But everybody's smiling at the gas pumps over prices under $3 a gallon. Now, out here in this part of the world, it does seem to be kind of a conundrum. The lower the gas prices are at the pump means the lower oil is and the lower the refining costs. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but it is nice to be able to go and, fill your tank up for less than $80. Supporters of President Donald Trump are no doubt celebrating after he promised to lower the cost of gasoline in the U.S. That's because gas prices have dropped below $3 a gallon for the first time since 2021. according to the two major gasoline watching groups, Gas Buddy and AAA. Gas Buddy recorded the new average as the lowest since May 9th of 2021, and it indicated all 50 states experienced a drop in average gas prices over the past week. Gas Buddy also reported that at least 10 places in Oklahoma City where the price is below $2 a gallon. The lowest was $1.95 per gallon. Oklahoma's average fell to $2.41 a gallon, down 8 cents from a week earlier, according to AAA. Now, these prices are ethanol blend, regular gasoline, of course. Just to kind of give you an idea, this is the Oklahoma average gasoline prices. Current average $2.41, mid-grade $2.81, premium is $3.01, diesel at $3.28.9 for diesel. Yesterday's average $2.40 for regular gasoline, $2.81 for mid-grade, $3.01, and then $3.03 for diesel. So 1 year ago, it was at $2.49.7 for regular gasoline, $2.97 for diesel. Anyway, the averages are continuing to, current average in Tulsa about $2.43 for regular. Oklahoma City again $2.34. So it's a big deal. I mean, some areas of the state aren't so fortunate. Their average prices remain high, including Cole County in the southeast with an average price of $3.16 per gallon. Nearby Hughes County averaged $2.83, while the price in Ellis County in northwest is $2.88, and the average in Woods County to the north is $2.80 per gallon, which is under $3, just so you know. Like I said, it's I know when gasoline prices are down, that means that oil prices are down. But it's just one of those things, you just never know. U.S. Natural Gas has talked about how they're up around $5 per million BTU on the New York Mercantile Exchange. U.S. natural gas futures climbed 3% to 35-month high on record LNG flows. Colder weather forecasts. It's kind of a twice hit for natural gas in a good way. U.S. natural gas futures climbed about 3% yesterday to a 35-month high on record flows to liquefied natural gas export plants and forecast for colder weather and higher demand over the next 2 weeks than previously expected. Limiting gains were record output, ample amounts of gas in storage, and lower gas prices in Europe and Asia, due mostly to the possibility that peace talks in Ukraine could result in the lifting of sanctions against Moscow. That could allow Russia, the world's second biggest natural gas producer, behind the U.S., to export more gas in the future. And the way I understand these peace talks are Moscow's kind of dragging their feet on this deal, so who knows? Front month gas futures for January delivery on the New York Mercantile Exchange rose 15.5% to settle at $4.99 at close of business yesterday. That's per million British unit per BTU. Intraday trade, the front month briefly rose over $5. Psychological level of technical resistance. It also closed in overbought territory for the third time in 4 days. Meteorologists forecast temperatures across the country will remain well below normal through December the 9th, with the most frigid weather expected on Thursday, today, before turning warmer than normal next week. Extreme cold this week helped drive cash prices to their highest levels since January 2024 in New England and California, and their highest level since February at the Henry Hub benchmark in Louisiana and Pennsylvania, Chicago, and New York. So the LSEG said average gas output in the lower 48 states has risen to 109.7 billion cubic feet per day. So far in December, up from a monthly record of 109.6 billion cubic feet per day in November. On the daily basis, however, output is on track to drop about 2.4 billion cubic feet a day to a one-week low of 108 on Wednesday since hitting that rally record high. Freeport LNG's export plant in Texas was on track to take in more gas on yesterday, in a sign that one of the plant's 3 liquefaction trains was returned to service after shutting down on Tuesday. The U.S. became the world's biggest LNG producer back in 2023, surpassing Australia and Qatar, however you want to say it, as surging global prices fed demand for more exports due in part to supply disruptions and sanctions linked to the Russian 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Around the world, gas prices held near an 18-month low of around $10 per million BTU at the Dutch tidal transfer facility, and Europe in hopes of possible peace plan for Russia and Ukraine, while prices at the Japan-Korean market down in Asia slid to a 3-month low near $11 per million BTU. Whew. Those gas prices around, no wonder we're sending it all over the world. But that's really good news. Like I said, we're right around the $5 mark per million BTU, and that's make money kind of thing. We're going to talk about some CapEx that have been released for some of the majors when we continue with the Thursday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show in a moment.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Hi, it's Andy Taylor. We're living in some very turbulent times. It's easy to get discouraged in the normal course of life, but the good news is God has all the answers. His presence and companionship always makes all the difference. A big part of what we do at Trinity Fellowship is to help people in the process of coming into relationship with the Father. We'd love to help you. Our services start at 10 a.m. on Sunday. You can find us on our Trinity Fellowship Facebook page, or you can listen right here on KECO at 9:30. We'd love to have you be part of our family.
Timber Oklahoma is your safe and reliable expert tree care service. At Timber, we provide professional tree trimming and removal with a focus on safety, quality, and clear communication. With over 10 years of experience and certified in the Electrical Hazards Awareness Program, our crews provide tree trimming and removal, storm damage cleanup, utility line clearance. Call Timber today at 580-732-3400 or see us online at www.timberokla.com or email us at customercare@timberokla.com.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Children's Health Foundation has improved the lives of Oklahoma children with research, education, and care. For more than 40 years, Children's Health Foundation has raised over $155 million towards 18 pediatric initiatives, including cancer and heart programs. 75% of Oklahoma pediatricians are supported by Children's Health Foundation, and every cent raised stays in the state of Oklahoma. Change kids' health, change the future. Learn more at chfkids.com.
Help us celebrate Black Friday all month long at Windy Nissan with great deals on new and used vehicles with nearly 200 to choose from, interest rates as low as 0%, payments as far out as 90 days, payments as low as $199 a month on select used vehicles. We truly have a little bit of something for everybody. We've got brand new Frontiers with 6-inch lift kits, leveling kits, off-road wheels and tires, cold air intakes, exhaust. We have used cars as low as $69.99, gas mileage as much as 40 miles per gallon on brand new Nissan Versa. Rebates as high as $5,000 plus discount off new Murano and new Nissan Pathfinder. It's Black Friday all month long right here at Windy Nissan in Elk City, Oklahoma, your hometown dealer. Windy Nissan is now offering Sunbit financing in our service department for service tickets as low as $400 or up to $10,000. Interest rates starting as low as 0% and finance terms as long as 72 months at Windy Nissan, your hometown dealer. Black Friday all month long.
A guy in Altus buys an RV from a fellow in El Reno. The transaction came about through the penny news. The power of the penny news is a force of nature.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Welcome back, everyone. Just a little programming note here. Percy Dale Walker has released a new album. It's called Hometown Christmas, and you are invited tonight at the Susan Powell Auditorium. Doors open at 6:30. It's free to attend. Show starts at 7. If you want to give a donation, they will all benefit the Elk City United Fund and the Heart to Heart Pregnancy Clinic here. So, again, Percy Dale Walker, the Elk City High School Jazz Band, Elk City High School Choir, numerous special guests, holiday cheer, produced by Jordan Kane. So you are invited to come by and have a good Christmas hometown concert tonight at Elk City's Susan Powell Auditorium. That's the one there in the old junior high building. So, again, tonight, 7 o'clock. It's free admission. Any donation goes to the Heart to Heart Pregnancy Care Center and also the Elk City United Fund. ASCO Equipment helps bring this show to you each and every weekday. Equipment sales, it's Bart Shields. Equipment rental, it's E.J. Gredeman. Branch manager Jeremy Bridgman, their team. They all work together in tandem, making it easier for them to become a partner in your project. Talk to E.J. Gredeman. They got flexible rental equipment options, daily, weekly, monthly payments, affordable rates. Also, rent-to-own kind of situation if you prefer. They know what's on the line for their customers. ASCO provides fast support to back your equipment needs, whether you need to buy, rent, service, or purchase parts at 27 convenient locations in Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico. They're ready. $21 million worth of equipment, parts, and stock. They'll come and work on your piece of equipment, no matter where you bought it, who you bought it from, when you bought it. They'll come out and help you. 140 field service trucks, latest diagnostic tools and repair situation where they can come right to where your piece of equipment is. 513 West 20th Street, online ascoeq.com, or call 323-3422, 323-3422, or ascoeq.com online. Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources. They got that big class going on this morning. I hope you had a chance to register for that. Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources, part of the OERB, continuing to educate not only our industry people, but also high school students through their STEM programs. There's a lot going on behind the scenes with Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources. And how do you sustain it? Through education. They understand that. So if you'd like to find out more about what's going on with SOER, go to www.soer.oerb.com. They're the ones that are responsible for bringing Mike Rowe to Oklahoma and letting him tell the story of the oil and gas industry. www.soer.oerb.com. An American Hose and Supply. Whether you're proactive and you get it ahead of time or you're reactive and get it and need it right now, American Hose and Supply can help. They understand that for you to keep making money, your equipment and your machinery has to keep running. Time is money, and downtime is no money. American Hose and Supply, they'll help you get up and going no matter what. Next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City, call 303-1123. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building. Call 303-1123 or stop by the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse. Go to those who know hose. Okay, we've been talking in the recent past about, small nuclear reactors, SMR, small modular reactors, they call them. Well, Holtec drops a plan for that New Mexico nuclear waste site. Holtec International announced it will no longer move forward with plans to operate a nuclear waste storage site in southeast New Mexico, ending a multi-year effort marked by intense public resistance and legal challenges. The decision comes 2 years after the company received a federal license to construct and run the facility, which had been designed to hold 500 sealed canisters of nuclear waste for as long as 40 years, according to reporting by the Cherry Hill Courier-Post. Holtec said in its announcement that persistent and organized opposition from residents, local leaders, and environmental groups ultimately made the project untenable to pursue. The company had faced widespread criticism from communities across southeast New Mexico, many of whom argued the project posed risks to public health, groundwater, and regional safety. The old NIMBYs, not in my backyard. That's what's happening here to Holtec. Well, opponents repeatedly voiced concerns during the public hearings, community discussions, and environmental reviews, arguing that the project did not align with the state's priorities for long-term environmental protection. We're going to have to find somewhere to go with this nuclear waste, folks. Right now, they're having to store it on site at these nuclear power facilities. There's 95 of them in the United States. Trying to bring a couple more that were mothballed back online. But they're having to store that on site. And here's the deal. Whenever those nuclear power plants were designed, they weren't designed to hold that. They don't have the security systems to secure that kind of thing. So something's going to have to be done with it. The Yucca Mountain deal that they had in Nevada, where they spent billions to make this really nice facility underground, deep underground, to store this nuclear waste that could have done it for the next 100 years. After it got built, Harry Reid, the senator there, put cohetus to it and said, okay, you can build the thing, but we're not going to allow anybody to transport nuclear waste to it. So all that taxpayer money that went to his state went to all those contractors and subcontractors, and who knows who else put money in their pocket over that deal. Couldn't use it. Still can't use it. And so now the one that was down around Carlsbad, it is gone the way of the wind. But it says right here that the anti-nuclear nonprofit Beyond Nuclear condemned the project down in New Mexico early in the licensing project, labeling the planned site a dangerous dump. The group argued that storing high-level radioactive waste in New Mexico would establish what it described as a national precedent for large-scale centralized waste shipments across the United States. Beyond Nuclear warned that allowing the site to operate could trigger many thousands of mobile Chernobyl radioactive waste shipments. Oh, good God. They went right to the old Chernobyl, transported across highways and rail lines nationwide. Advocacy groups said such shipments could pose logistical safety and emergency response challenges in the event of accidents or equipment failures. Anyhow, it's shelved after years of debate. Now, this is a company called Holtec. All right, so now came across this story preparing for the show. TVA, Texas Valley Authority, Holtec to get up to $800 million in Department of Energy funding for SMR development, small modular reactors. United States Department of Energy, Tuesday this week, announced funding for the Tennessee Valley Authority, TVA, and Holtec Government Services to support the development of light water small modular reactors. The project teams will receive up to $800 million in federal cost-shared funding to advance initial projects in Tennessee and Michigan and help expand the nation's capacity while facilitating additional follow-on projects and associated supply chains, the DOE said in an online statement. The selections announced will help deliver new nuclear generation in the early 2030s, strengthen domestic supply chains, and advance President Trump's executive orders to usher in a nuclear renaissance and expand America's energy dominance agenda. Texas Valley Authority has been allotted up to $400 million to advance the development of a GE Vernova Hitachi BWRX-300 at the Clinch River nuclear site in Tennessee, and additional units within Indiana, Michigan Power and Element, DOE said. So TVA is the first utility in the U.S. to have a construction permit application for this SMR, this BWRX GE Vernova Hitachi, accepted by the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. TVA said separately the Clinch River project will serve as a national model for how to deploy these SMRs safely, efficiently, and affordably, laying the groundwork for a new era of American nuclear energy leadership. For years and years, I remember Donnie Walker coming on the show and talking about how these small modular reactors have been used by the military since the Vietnam era. And, you don't hear a whole lot about, nuclear disasters. Like I said, I'm I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but when I heard nuclear submarine, I basically thought that was a submarine that carried nukes that we could point at the enemy if we had to. But what it is, it's actually a submarine that is powered by an SMR, small modular reactor, that's right on board of this ship, this submarine. They were doing it on islands to provide power to, military installations in cities that didn't have electrical generation at the time, and they did it successfully. So now they're starting to look at these for on-land use, for behind-the-meter situation for some of these big data centers that require a large load. These small modular reactors, you're going to hear more and more about them now. This is the first time I've heard them talk about the early 2030s, kind of setting a time frame for these things. But you're going to start seeing more of them. And even Oklahoma's looking at what other states are doing and how they're doing it, because these small modular reactors, unlike the traditional nuclear power plant, they're quicker to build. They don't require as much water. They don't provide as much spent fuel rods or spent fuel or nuclear waste, if you will. So they're a situation that, it is clean energy, as nuclear power emits no particulates into the atmosphere. Okay, now the environmental footprint of building one of these plants, I don't know. I haven't done much research on that, but we understand that, nuclear does fall into the clean energy because the only thing that comes up out of it is steam, and it's just, but you see those great gigantic steam smokestacks and you think, golly, man, that's nuclear energy. And the American public is going to have to start getting more educated about nuclear, because right now, even there's people listening to this show right now are like, hey, man, not that nuclear, boy. They Chernobyl, Fukushima, Nagasaki. It's just, there's just something about that word nuclear that has been ingrained in our mind as a terrible thing. And so we're going to have to start educating ourselves. And you got to understand, too, that the technology that has really been put into place in the nuclear side of things continues to advance, just like cell phones. The next new thing is yesterday. So anyway, keep an eye on this. Do some research about it. But these small modular reactors, they're coming. I'm not sure when Oklahoma may get their first one, because we do have a lot of natural gas abundant available here in the middle United States, or here in our state. But SMRs, they be coming. So do some research and find out about that, so you're not out there beating a drum that, oh, my gosh, oh, my gosh, oh, my gosh, oh, my gosh, Chicken Little, the sky's falling. Be smart. I'm going to take a quick break and be back with more of the Thursday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show in a moment.
The Exploring Energy Show.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. One of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe, the catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
Isn't it interesting the things we do with labels when it comes to oil and natural gas?
You know, saying the world is coming to an end is it's a bit of a crazy statement. And I'm sure in those 100 years with the natural gas that we have, we will find some other way to produce energy.
So you're not worried? You're an optimist?
Yeah.
Good.
So I just think people have lost perspective on how much oil and gas is crucial to how they live.
See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
You got 5-6 tractors out there. You got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out, see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps. And they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them. Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Milk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse. The price savings it's huge for them.
Catch me, Paragon News Director Jared Atha, with the latest local news at 5 p.m. every Monday through Friday. Presented by Mickey Lively, your Farm Bureau agent in Greer County.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
This show is brought to you in part by Fred's Steakhouse, right next door to Camrock and American Hose and Supply. Fred's is your destination for fresh USDA-graded beef ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, sirloins, hand-cut daily by the in-house butcher. I like those pork chops. Of course, I dig pig. Fred's has a home of $4.99 chicken fried steak, served daily, hand-battered, house-made mashed potatoes, country gravy. Fred's has numerous side options and those freshly baked rolls made daily with their in-house bakery. 7 kinds of chicken, like grilled, barbecue, teriyaki, mushroom, baja, and, of course, fried chicken. Maybe seafood's what you crave. They've got grilled salmon. They've got grilled and fried shrimp, fish tacos. They also have freshwater fried catfish. Appetizers sure to please everyone. And cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts at Fred's. And now also have a full-service bar, your favorite cocktails, specialty drinks, wines, and ice-cold beer. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event, located at 2107 South Main Street in Elk City. Call 580-243-2100 or order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Fred's Steakhouse. Good food and affordable. Camrock, we heard Ronnie Red. Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. Camrock's oil costs a lot less. Same specifications. Lubricates the same as the designer brands. You just don't have to pay for that name on the can. Camrock's oil costs a lot less. Folks who use a lot of oil save a lot of money with Camrock. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City next to Fred's Steakhouse. Online, Camrock, CAMRocksupply.com. Locations in Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, Ulysses, Kansas. They'll even supply you with bulk oil in a tank to put it at your place. Get a hold of Camrock today. Stop in right next to Fred's Steakhouse or go online, CamrockSupply.com. 3 local guys with local ties doing business with their community. David Allen Guest, if you find yourself in a situation to sell or liquidate your royalties, your minerals, David will not take advantage of you. He's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. This is when you really need somebody that's going to give you a fair shake, somebody you can trust. And if you're looking for somebody to help you manage your minerals and royalties, he's your guy. You'll be glad you're doing business with him. He is an investment, not an expense. He'll get you the most out of your royalties. He's been doing it for nearly, almost 50 years. Hate to tell off on your age there, David, but, those who have the most birthdays live the longest. David Allen Guest, a real dude, real good guy. Great mineral manager, certified mineral manager, David Allen Guest. Look him up on the interweb or call him today, 405-341-8698. 341-8698. That's David Allen Guest. certified mineral manager. Like I said, once you start talking to this guy, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You know it is the truth. Okay, back at it here right now. Well, the growth of data centers results in growing lawsuits, too. Opposition to data centers and renewable energy projects in Oklahoma continues to escalate, and the battle mirrors a fast-growing national trend of lawsuits aimed at the enormous energy demands that power the artificial intelligence boom. So the E&E News Politico reported critics of data centers that power artificial intelligence are writing a playbook for challenging the energy-hungry facilities in court. The report outlined how organized legal fights, zoning appeals, and environmental claims now target both data center construction and the administration's efforts to keep aging coal plants online to supply reliable electricity. I'll kind of give you an idea. With more than, take a stab how many data centers we have operating in the United States. I guarantee it. You're going to be thinking a lot less than what it is. More than 4,000 data centers operating across the United States. The largest concentrations are in Virginia, Texas, and California. The rapid expansion creates friction in many communities. Oklahoma has seen the same pattern emerge as residents, landowners, and advocacy groups question, whether developers and regulators move fast enough to examine long-term impacts on the power grid, water usage, and property values. Critics argue that the massive facilities, especially those used for AI processing, place intense strains on local utilities. They say data centers require huge amounts of continuous electricity, often equal to what entire towns consume, raising concerns about aging grid infrastructure, transmission constraints, and ratepayer impacts. And then you got the filing suits over the energy and the coal plant reliance. According to E&E News, reported that some environmental groups also filed lawsuits targeting the Trump administration's efforts to keep coal plants operating longer to support the surge in AI-related energy demand. These opponents argue the policies undercut clean energy goals and increase emissions. At the same time, local governments face pressure from multiple sides. Residents worry about noise, constant construction, and grid reliability. Utilities seek new revenue but must justify major infrastructure upgrades. Developers push for speed, citing economic growth and tech sector competition. So the growing tension over the future energy use from these AIs, over 4,000 in the United States, crazy. These advocacy groups in Oklahoma and nationwide insist they support economic development, but what they call responsible expansion. They warn that without careful planning, data centers could accelerate grid congestion, create localized pollution depending on generation sources, or force states to keep older fossil fuel plants online longer than originally intended. According to the E&E News Politico, they emphasized that legal action was almost inevitable given the industry's size, projected growth, and unprecedented power consumption. With artificial intelligence expanding rapidly and companies racing to build new facilities, these legal fights in Oklahoma and across the country are likely only beginning. Sounds to me like a whole lot of lawyers are going to pocket some fat cash. But yeah, I mean, we've seen it right here in Oklahoma. Like, oh yeah, this is a big data center, and it's going to employ a lot of people, and it's going to have a lot of construction involved with it, and that means jobs for local people too. But then you got people like, hey, I don't want to look out my window and see a big data center across the street from me. You got people that are just like, and I'm on board with this. I shouldn't have to pay for electrical infrastructure because some outfit needs a bigger load factor. That outfit should pay for it because they're the one that needs a larger load factor. Come on. Really? Okay. Big Elk TV. Skinny is over in Childress, Texas right now. The Elkcats play at 9 o'clock this morning on BigElkTV.com. And then 3 o'clock this afternoon in the Childress tournament. So he has already left the building. He's over there getting set up. I'm sure he's already set up. But, yeah, The Elkcats on BigElkTV.com at 9 a.m. this morning and then at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm going to take another quick break and be back with the mop-up segment of the Thursday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show here on 96.5 KECO after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Do farmers and ranchers need different kinds of tires?
Yes, they do. The farmers and ranchers, generally need a heavy ply tire because they're always pulling a trailer, got hay bales, have equipment. They generally have a lot of tires on the ground. Trailers and trucks and equipment.
Is the lifespan of their tires different from a regular passenger?
Correct. Yes, they are. They generally are a little bit less just because they are abused more than an average customer. They need a good set of tires because if they're down for a day, they're in trouble. It is costing them money. They should go to L&R Tire. We have them in stock and we know what they need.
Why have they used you through the years?
Good service. Like I said, we always generally have the tires in stock and we treat them with respect. L&R Tire, 1204 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, the home of Bridgestone Firestone tires. At L&R Tire, we'll take good care of your vehicle.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQBar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQBar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping when you text IQ Bar to 64,000. Text IQ Bar to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's IQ Bar to 64,000.
Hi folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the oil field, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
Killoffer Flooring Center, right on the corner, right on the price. Corner of 6th and Main, downtown Elk City, Oklahoma.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
The show brought to you in part by DCP Services, a diversified oil field company offering the right services with the right people on the job. Terry and Jeff Davis and their kids, Toby and Carly, proud supporters of this show. And they've got a roustabout division, a lease operators division, a wireline division with both braided and slick line options, and their pump repair shop in Cordell. Multifaceted. DCP Services, you can find them on Facebook, or you can call Jeff Davis, 580-660-0501, 660-0501. If he doesn't answer, he's busy, leave a message. He'll get back with you. If your power goes out at midnight, you can call Carter Electric. because they provide 24-hour emergency electrical service. Owned and operated by Kervin and Mary Orgain. They help you see the light of day even at night. You want to make sure your power stays on regardless? Well, Carter Electric is an authorized Generac generator dealer. They can size it, install it, come back and service it. A lot of electric work goes on overhead. Carter Electric has pole trucks and man lifts to get way up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric. 225-2447. 580-225-2447. Providing you this hour's weather forecast, the service of Carter Electric. Of course, I saw a little skiff of snow, a little bit of sleet that came down last night in the Elk City area. Still be safe out there. The roads on the way to work weren't slick. I didn't cross any bridges or overheads, so be careful of those kind of things because it's still cool outside, about 26 degrees here at the studio. But here's the weather forecast brought to you by Carter Electric in Elk City. Today, a 50% chance of snow showers before noon. Cloudy through mid-morning, then gradual clearing with a high near 36. North-northeast winds 8 to 13 miles per hour, becoming light and variable in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles per hour. Total daytime snow accumulation of less than a half an inch is possible in this area. Tonight, partly cloudy, low around 23. Light wind from the south, becoming south-southwest, 5 to 9 miles per hour. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high near 49. Southwest winds 5 to 9 miles per hour. Friday night, partly cloudy, low around 26, light and variable winds. Saturday, sunny with a high near 54. North-northwest winds 6 to 11, so it's going to feel cooler than that. Saturday night, mostly clear, low around 28. Sunday, mostly sunny, high near 44. Sunday night, low around 22, mostly clear. Monday, sunny with a high near 52. Monday night, around 29 degrees for the low. Tuesday, sunny with a high near 61. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low around 35. And next Wednesday, sunny with a high near 64. So we've got some 60s coming back our way here in the near future. That's I could live in that 60s, 70s range. Anyhow, so that is your weather forecast brought to you by the American Hose and Supply, Carter Electric. Looked at the wrong deal here. Okay. Here's some energy news in my briefs. Extreme weather is making the grid more prone to outages, and now First Energy's 3 Ohio utilities want more leeway on their reliability requirements. Put simply, First Energy is asking the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio to let Cleveland Electric Illuminating Company, Ohio Edison, and Toledo Edison take longer to restore power when the lights go out. Basden Steel expanding to Northeast Arkansas. Texas-based Basden, B-A-S-D-E-N, Basden Steel, a structural steel fabrication company, is expanding to Marked Tree in Northeast Arkansas. The company closed on a 70-acre property in Poinsett County November 21st. The new operation is expected to bring high-value job opportunities to the region with long-term plans to expand as market conditions allow. I'm glad to see the steel industry coming back to the United States. It's the way it should be. The Trump administration has removed any mention of renewable energy from the name of Colorado's Federal Clean Energy Lab in Golden. The name has been changed from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory to the National Laboratory of the Rockies. I like it. It's all about perception. So from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory to the National Laboratory of the Rockies. Here's one from around the world. Exxon's in talk over Lukoil's Iraqi oil stake. Exxon is reported to be in talks with Iraq about buying Lukoil's stake in the giant West Kurna 2 oil field. U.S. sanctions against Russia prompted Lukoil to try to sell assets. West Kurna 2 is the company's largest foreign asset. Still having them chicken fights, and I don't mean those kind of chicken fights, but Attorney General Gettner Drummond who is campaigning for governor, issued another sharply worded press release this week attacking Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt over their escalating feud tied to poultry farms and pollution in eastern Oklahoma. Drummond's latest comments intensify what he calls a chicken fight between the two state officials. And his public criticism appears designed to draw additional political attention as he seeks that higher office. The dispute centers on Drummond's leadership of the 20-year-old environmental lawsuit known as State of Oklahoma versus Tyson Foods, filed back in 2005. The case seeks to hold major poultry companies accountable for polluting the Illinois River watershed with phosphorus runoff from chicken waste. Earlier this year, the federal court ruled that the Illinois River watershed remains polluted due to excessive phosphorus levels caused by poultry waste. The ruling renewed pressure on the state and the poultry companies headquartered outside of Oklahoma. So Drummond accuses Stitt of being swayed by the big poultry. Your actions speak louder than words. You are bought and paid for by out-of-state big poultry corporations, Drummond said. These companies have poured money into your political campaigns, and now you are doing their bidding, seeking a sweetheart deal that puts their profits ahead of Oklahoma people, our farmers, and our land. Drummond went on to write. Drummond also blasted Stitt for firing his own Secretary of Energy and Environment after the cabinet member attended a December 2024 hearing related to the poultry pollution case. Drummond cited the action proves Stitt does not genuinely want cooperation on resolving the watershed's pollution. So Drummond is just positioning himself as pro-farmer and tough on corporate polluters. He says he wants a fair resolution without backing down. So these two guys, they're still going at each other on this thing. But anyhow, it's a fight that will continue. It's a chicken fight, but not that kind of chicken fight. Here's some energy stock prices of local interest. American Electric Power up 51 cents to $118.58 a share. Apache Corporation down 6 cents to $26.89. Baker Hughes Company down 22 cents, trading at $50.27 a share. ConocoPhillips up 35 cents, trading at $92.16 a share. Devon Energy Corp up 13 cents, trading at $37.82. EOG Resources up 89 cents to $112.40. Expand Energy up $1.63 to $124.43. General Electric Corporation up $3.22 to $291.60. Halliburton Company up 6 cents to $27.48. Now H&P is down 44 cents, trading at $29.88 a share. Liberty Energy Inc. up 5 cents to $19.15. Occidental Petroleum up 15 cents to $42.49 a share. OG&E down 8 cents to $44.16. One Oak up 47 cents, trading at $75.37 a share. Phillips 66 down $1.27 to $138.51. Sandridge Energy up 3 cents, trading at $15.14 a share. Schlumberger down 1 penny to $37.53 a share. And Williams Company is up 69 cents to $62.23 a share. All right, let's look at this commodity prices again real quick. I got a couple of minutes. Well, NYMEX natural gas down 6 cents, but still trading at $4.94 a million BTU. WTI up 14 cents, trading at $59.09. Just hadn't been able to break that $60 mark. Brent crude oil is up 14 cents to $62.81. So those are some of your commodity prices. ParagonTV.com got games tomorrow night. Cheyenne Raiden at Sayre, that's a 6 p.m. Most games start at 6:30. These are 6 p.m. games. Merritt at Canute, that's also a 6 p.m. start. Burns Flat, Dill City at Arapahoe, Butler, 6:30. Leedy at Buffalo, 6:30. Sentinel at Hobart, 6:30. And Eric at Indiahoma, girls only, also at 6:30. You can watch these on ParagonTV.com. There is a low monthly membership of $9.99 a month. Be sure and sign up. You can see all 8 member schools, their live broadcasts, their archive broadcasts. You can download broadcasts, and you get a lot of stuff with Lexi. She's going inside these programs and interviewing these kids and coaches. It's very, very interesting. And if you want to, you can watch live classics 24/7 for free on ParagonTV.com. Great games from days of yore. It is the Christmas season. Remember, Jesus is truly reason for the season. For all of our great sponsors, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks so much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with EPA Director Scott Mason hitting Cordell. Thanks for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great day.
It's on. It's on. KECO, Elk City.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. The elusive